The puzzle platformer has become a major staple in the indie scene. Their quirky and innovative mechanics are quick to captivate gamers and critics alike. The abundance of these means it takes something special to stand out, something unique and captivating. The Swapper is this year's most acclaimed puzzle platformer, but with such strong entries in the genre in the years preceding the Swapper's release, does it stand among the time-bending hijinks of Braid and Limbo's monochrome landscape? Taking control of a lone astronaut, you explore Thesis, a derelict space station. The Swapper immediately brings to mind Super Metroid, with its open map design and emphasis on isolation. The human inhabitants of Thesis have mostly perished, and it's up to you to put the pieces together. The space station is filled with sentient rocks that leave you with cryptic messages as you pass by them, and together with crew logs provide much of the narrative, tantalizing you with little details that must be put together like a puzzle. It's a tale that wanders off in the direction of the metaphysical and philosophical, meditating on what constitutes a sense of self, what exactly the soul means to the individual, and how individuals fit into the rest of society. The esoteric narrative and heavy sense of isolation and dread will have you mulling over the events of the Swapper long after it concludes. The puzzle gimmick employed by the Swapper comes in the form of a gun that allows your character to clone themselves. Up to 4 clones can be made, and these clones mimic your every move. In addition, the gun can beam your consciousness into these clones and allow you to take direct control of them. Additional puzzle elements like blue lights that prohibit the creation of clones where their light is cast, red lights that prevent you from taking control of clones, and gravity switches that will have you walking on the ceiling all further complicate the proceedings. Your clones must be used to trip switches and reach faraway ledges. They are empty vessels that are used and disposed of, and the sight of their lifeless husks collapsing after long falls becomes a frequent occurrence throughout the course of the Swapper. The goal is to maneuver the character that you directly control in contact with orbs that allow you to open doors and progress. These simple gameplay mechanics tie in closely with the Swapper's narrative themes, meaning that the narrative events never drift too far off in the back of your mind. Few games are able to do this so well. Puzzles start off very easy as you learn to navigate your environment and are introduced to clever new ways to solve problems within the game world. Much like Portal, the Swapper religiously sticks to its core mechanics. You don't receive any new abilities nor skills. Instead, new obstacles bring new challenges that occasionally elicit head-scratching and pensive stares. The first 3/4 of the game's 3 to 5 hours are really a breeze, but the final few puzzles can really put your puzzle-solving skills to the test. While the challenge is certainly welcome, this spike in challenge has a habit of disrupting the pacing. Your brisk jaunts between memory stations for more information slow to a crawl near the final area, potentially becoming agonizing as the game's mind benders thwart your best attempts to crack them. The Swapper wouldn't be nearly as engaging if it weren't for its distinct visual style. Everything in the game was originally molded out of clay by the team at Facepalm Studios, and in addition to complementing the narrative themes, it looks wonderfully alien and unique among its contemporaries. Fantastic lighting effects also dress up the stylized art and drive the lonely, desperate mood home. Seeing the dark, desolate corridors of Theseus illuminated by the beam of your flashlight as the ambient soundtrack hums in the background can be profoundly melancholy. The measured tempo of the soundtrack never leaves you with a sense of urgency, and instead slowly and beautifully builds a hopeless and lonely tone befitting a game that is largely devoid of other characters. Facepalm Studios has crafted a title that is about quality over quantity. Attempting to calculate the value of the Swapper's 3 to 5 hours against its $15 price tag is an exercise in futility. While other games provide more hours of entertainment per dollar, few can match the Swapper's subtle and thought-provoking narrative, nor manage to be as visually appealing. Excellent production values and clever puzzle gameplay make this a must-play title for indie aficionados, as well as a lesson to all game developers, big and small, how to develop your narrative themes with actual gameplay mechanics.